Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 8:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 5th, 2023. We're here to talk about Quant. Okay, let's take a look at Quant. But before we do so, this is not financial advice. This is educational. Click to subscribe if you want to subscribe to other videos on Quant and other cryptos I cover, as well as share the video with your friends that should know more about Quant. In this video, we're going to be focused primarily on the technicals and market action. I have prior videos talking about Quant and all of what it's made of. But in the meantime, let's go straight into what I look at on every one of these videos. Number one, when it comes to technicals, Quant US dollar is the first thing I look at. It's the left side of the equation. It's the output. The fuel that drives this, two underlying indicators that help me understand where USD can go in terms of Quant US dollar. Quant Bitcoin is the first one. That's the inner strength of Quant. The second factor that I look at is the benchmark of the crypto universe, which is Bitcoin. We all know it. So you multiply these two, the inner strength multiplied by the benchmark, which are these two indicated down here, and you cross out the Bitcoin and you get Quant over US dollar, as you can see on the left side of the equation. So mathematically, it proves itself out. In the meantime, let's go take a look at Quant. Quant US dollar, let's take a look. Right now we're at 112, 107. Last video we were around 110. We were kind of hoping we would get enough fuel to get over this resistance area. The resistance area was right over here, 115, 114, 115 area. We pierced it, but not pierced it hard enough. Sometimes you really you need a long candle. This was kind of like a little tease. Either way, we hit it around 115 and change. We pulled back. We pulled back to this other support area right over here, which is currently sitting at around 110.72. This is not bad. We bounced back up. So let's take a look at the smaller, the shorter term time frames. And obviously in the 5-minute time frame, we've got a bounce right off of here, started coming up, pulled back a little. We'll see. We really got to get over this line. It's currently around 114.70. We need a nice candle over there to start showing us the strength again. But in the meantime, let's look at those two underlying pairs. And number one, the first pair, interesting graphics. The first part of the driver of Quant US dollar is the Quant to Bitcoin. And then after that, we'll look at Bitcoin. So let's go to Quant to Bitcoin. Now this one looks pretty bullish here. Looking like we're getting over this line of resistance, which is interesting. We're around 667 right now. We went as high as 688. Now look, we could really see a nice rally on this if this thing can start projecting forward and upward. Right now, we look like we have some sort of a candle. Let me just get that in yellow. And if we can stay on this trend up, that's a good sign. So we really can't get too much further down. Although we do have an area of support, which is this once red line of resistance, now is a red line of support. So let me flip that to green. Green I consider more of the support area. So let's see what happens. We're in this channel right now. It's only been like a couple of days now. So we'll continue to monitor this. In the meantime, flipping over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really hanging on for dear life. It's like someone holding on to a tightrope that's above them as they are trying to get their head over that rope. And that's exactly what this looks like to me. But we don't have much time left before a decision is made. And that's only a week and a half away. January 15th is the plotted course for where this thing will make a money move. I don't know which way it goes. Wish I had a crystal ball. I don't. Full disclosure. But in the meantime, anything's very possible here. We're getting closer to that halving cycle. That might be, we're at the maturity in the crypto universe that people know what halving cycles mean. Investors understand it. They might wind up getting in even way before than they used to in the past, right before halving cycle. As this thing has matured, more institutional investors have been looking at Bitcoin. People are very familiar about it compared to 4 years ago. So every 4 years, people get a little more involved, and they get on the action before they know what's going to happen sooner than later. So this next 4-year cycle here is something I think people are getting involved in sooner than later. In the meantime, let's take a look over at Bitcoin dominance. This continues to respect that line from 2018 all the way to now. And as you can see, Bitcoin dominance is really showing that altcoins have really gained full control. If you look at the 5-year, there was a point where Bitcoin dominance was back in 2021 as high as 71%. And at the very beginning, or, at least earlier, much earlier on in 2017, Bitcoin dominance was 96. Well, how did this get from 96 all the way down to 41? First of all, number one, Bitcoin is pretty much a fixed supply and a shrinking supply. Number two, you have an introduction of many, many altcoins over that course of time. So it's no surprise to me that you would see Bitcoin shrink. You have a plethora of altcoins also that have inflationary pressure as well. So they're constantly minting new coins. Not all of them do, but many of them do. In the meantime, let's go back over to Quant US dollar again, back here. Support right now, I'm looking at 110. Got to get over this line right here. This is pegged around 114. We get over both of these areas of resistance, I think we have a really good shot for the next level. What's the next level? Let's go take a peek, and we see right here. Next level would be 128. Level after that is 152. So let's get over this 114 in earnest, and then we're looking at a 127 and a 152 range. Anyway, listen, have a good night, everyone. Take care.